Hello YouTube family and welcome to Kiddo's World. It has been a while since I spoke to you guys. It's not easy being a full-time employee and a content creator at the same time, but yeah, we are here. We have to do what we have to do. If you are passing by for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, like and share our content. All right, we are back on marriage series. It has been a while. We are back on marriage series, and today's video is actually like a continuation of the last episode, because I'm doing this video as I'm answering a question from a young lady who watched the last episode on marriage series about the 2 key ingredients for a lasting relationship, which we said it's love and compatibility. And this young lady asked me to say 2 questions in one, right? To say, how do I really know that a man loves me? And on compatibility, how do I get to know everything, or how do I get to know that information about a person to really check whether we are compatible? So that is what I'm going to answer in this episode. In the last episode, guys, I tried to define love from my own perspectives on how I understand it, to say love is a feeling that is accompanied by behavior. It's not just a feeling. It is feeling accompanied by behavior, and it gets nurtured through experiences. Now, the lady is asking, how does she really know that a man loves her? And I know this question, it is a good question. One might say, you just know, but you know, the context where I am in Africa, for example, we grew up, some of us grew up with our parents, mother and father at home. Some of us grew up with one parent, single parent. So even those of us who grew up with both parents, it is so hard to really tell from the activities that were happening at home, from the interaction between our parents, to really tell what does it look like when we say the person loves the other one, because of our culture. You know, in our culture, people don't really show affection. They don't really show these things in public. So even us as children growing up with both parents, it's very, very hard to know that somebody loves you. And this is why we were conditioned to believe some of the things, to say they are normal when they are not normal. We grew up with, for example, parents beating each other, and we thought, yeah, like in my own culture, people believe that when a man beats you, that is a sign of love. I mean, you know, those are things that we were made to believe. But we are saying, when a person loves you, this person will never want to hurt you. Okay? So I have 5 points from my own. There are a number of signs that you can see that a man really loves you. But for me, I think I have about 5 points that I think really are signs that can point to say this man is in love with me. And number 1 is prioritization. This man prioritizes you. You are a priority to this man. You come first before anything. So, for example, you are stuck somewhere, and you take your phone and call this person, and this person immediately leaves whatever they were doing to come to your rescue. There are certain things that I see happening these days. For example, a lady calls the man that she's in love with or she's in a relationship with. I am stuck somewhere. This happened and I need help. And the response that we get is somebody will give you a response to say, no, I'm not able to come help you. We're just having a party with my friends and so forth. These are things that are really happening. You call yourself, you are in a relationship, apparently you love each other, but this person cannot come to your rescue. They prioritize their friends over you. Or we see things happening like you are in a distance relationship. You are in two different towns which are 300 kilometers apart. So here is a lady who came to visit the boyfriend, who came for a weekend. She comes on Friday. She probably arrives at night. So they spend a night together. So tomorrow morning, the man goes out with friends to go watch soccer or at the bar or at the whole day. This man is at the bar with friends, watching soccer and doing all sorts of things, enjoying with their friends, while the lady is in the room. And probably being Africans and trying to be good women, and you want to prove that you are marriage material, you are there doing the laundry and the ironing and the cleaning and the cooking. These are things that are really happening, and you really wonder, does this person love me? Am I in a relationship here or in a relationship? Are you a priority? How do you come? The person comes back, it's already at night, sleep, wake up in the morning, it's Sunday, and the lady has to go back. There are ladies who are in relationships and they're experiencing such things. And guys, we need to open our eyes. When a man loves you, one of the things is prioritization. You are a priority to that man. You come first. This man makes time for you. This man, you are top. Okay. The second thing is effort and sacrifice. This man is really, he cares about your well-being. He cares about your happiness. A man who loves you will always want to see you happy, will always want to see you smiling, not angry, right? So we have things. These are red flags, guys. Maybe a man doesn't have a car and the woman has a car, or maybe something happened to the man's car and now this man borrows your car. And this man comes and brings back your car with no fuel. Yet we are there. We are in a relationship. I love him. He loves me. Really? Does he love you, or he's just in a relationship actually with you because of some benefits? A man who loves you shows effort. He sacrifices for your own happiness. Number 3 is consistency. This is consistency in his actions, in his behaviors. This is a man who is reliable, a man who keeps his promises. Not today is cold, tomorrow is hot, today you are on, tomorrow you are off. He promises to give you money for fuel, to attend a funeral, to attend a friend's wedding. And maybe he's in a good mood, or I don't know what happens. And then you wait and wait and wait and wait. After days, nothing. And then you happen to remind him. And then he'll be like, when did I say that? When did I say that? There's consistencies in his actions, in whatever he does for you. They should be consistent. Not a man who insults you, and because he feels sorry, he goes and buy flowers for that day to apologize. After a week, again, he goes back to the same behavior. I mean, that's manipulation. There's consistency in whatever he does. A man who really loves you, he lets you be who you are. He's not controlling. He allows you to do things that make you happy. He allows you to do things that you love doing. He allows you to chase dreams, and he supports you emotionally, spiritually, and even financially. Not a man who puts you down, not a man who then say, you are a woman. Why are you doing that? You are a woman. You are supposed to, He allows you to be who you are. And the last one, which is very, very important for me, is you are part of his future plans. Meaning, this man talks about long-term goals, which involves you. You are part of, his future. And when a man does that, it shows commitment. It shows that this man wants you forever. We are in our relationships where you don't know where you are going, where you don't know where you are coming from. This man never says anything about the future, yet we are there. He loves me. And you are even waiting for him to pop the question, to go on his knees. How? So for me, these are the top signs that I think you can tell that a man really loves you. Now, the second part of the question is the compatibility issue that we spoke about in the previous episode. The lady wants to know, how do I get to dig out all this information about this guy so that I check whether we are compatible? Maybe to start with is to say, the dating thing, it's something that we really misunderstand, I think, because the dating process, it's a process of getting to know each other. But I think we don't do that process right. We often rush things. And maybe this is also coming from the approach of men, because as women, we sit, okay, within this context where I am, is we sit and wait for a man. Even if you are feeling something for a man, you can't really show. So you wait until the man comes. So the man pursues, right? So I think the approach that the man uses, and sometimes being influenced by our cultural backgrounds, women, we are just so naive. We are just so quiet. If I look back for myself also, years back, I look at it like, I thought when a man approaches me and say, I love you, they mean it, and that's it. And that's it. If I feel something, then I also say yes. And then we start. And then the man starts asking you, come visit me, and you go visit. And okay, so I think it has to start with doing the dating thing right. Getting to really know each other is, for me, there are two ways how to get this information. Because when we talk about issues of compatibilities, it's a lot of things that you really want to know about this person. Okay, so how do you get to know this information? It's question and answer. And this is really for ladies. It's for all of us, both men and women. Who, as a woman, you need to ask the men the questions that you want to ask. And I think in some new next episodes, I'll maybe do a video about what questions to ask during the dating process. Ask the questions. Most of us ladies, we are so, I don't know, maybe we are so scared or not scared, or we just don't know, Or I don't know, we need to ask questions. Ask the questions. Ladies, ask the questions. Have a book where you document the things that you want to know about the guy to check really if you are aligning. Right? Now, questioning can also be boring because there are men who will tell you, I don't want an interview and so forth. It's so that it doesn't look like an interview, and you don't ask these things, like these questions on the first date. I mean, with time, let's give this dating process time. Let's give it 6 months. Can we date? Can we get to know each other first 6 months without taking things further and doing all sorts of things that will make us now get emotionally connected to this person? Get to know this person, and through those 6 months, you are asking your questions, ladies. You're asking your questions. So you want me? Where do you want us to go? Where do you see us? Right? Because sometimes we don't even ask. A guy comes to us and we think they want us. Hey, men don't come to us. Not all of them come to us wanting us. Some of them, they just want to see what is under the skirts. So because we need to know these things, so that you really know that this person really wants me, or if this person really wants me, so we have to ask the questions. The other thing is create scenarios. Come up with real problems that are happening. For example, if you want to know the guy's philosophy or the guy's belief about cheating, right? Create a story. Tell him you have a friend who is going through this and they have been dating with this guy and this guy has been cheating and now you just don't know what to do. Get to know his opinions based on those things, and then this guy will be like, men, we are just men, And when a man says that, it already tells you a lot about what they think about cheating. What do they think about violence, physical abuse? Tell them a story, Even when you are on a date one day, pretend a friend called you, or pretend you make a fake phone call and you come there and come up with a story, So this friend of mine, or this auntie of mine has been married or has been in this relationship and the man abuses her. And the men will be like, we women also, sometimes you talk too much. And when you talk too much, it can make a man angry and beat you, So you get to know, those are the 2 ways you can get to know that information. The bottom line with compatibility is don't rush, don't take things to the next level without knowing the person. So in the knowing period, which is the first 6 months, that is the time when you need to ask your questions. Ladies, this is the time when you have to create your scenarios and get the men's opinion about different aspects, so that you see whether your philosophies, your principles are aligning. So I don't want to make this video a long one. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any addition, guys, don't forget you can always comment in the comment section. We are saying this is a platform, Marriage Series is a platform I've created for us to engage and talk about these issues, because these are things that are not taught in schools. It's things we learn through experiences, right? So thank you so much for listening, guys. Until next time, ciao.